Yo, hope everyone is having a great day. As we all know, this season's artifact is absolutely insane. There are so many good mods here, and that doesn't just include the tier 5 column mods, which are absolutely insane. We're actually talking a little bit about a tier 3 column perk on the artifact this season, that being Torch, right? While Radiant deal increased weapon damage to combatants affected by Strand and Stasis debuffs. There's already so many ways to get Radiant in this game, and this artifact makes it even easier. Another way to access free Radiant on any subclass as well, with Flint Striker also being in column 3, and this also works when you are standing in a well. Torch will buff your weapons by about 5%, which is just another free way to get free extra damage on top of everything else that you're doing to get good damage already. And the weapon that I believe is best suited to proc this weapon quickly on demand without really having to think all that much might come into a surprise to some of you. Most people, including myself, were pairing Torch with things like the new Scatter Signal Seasonal Strand Fusion Rifle and a Riptide with Chill Clip. However, let me tell you a little bit about the Lingering Dread. I bet a weapon some people have forgotten about just a little bit. Now, the Lingering Dread is actually a grenade launcher released in Season 17 inside of the Duality Dungeon, and the role that we're talking about on it today is going to be primarily, most importantly, auto-loading holster in the 3rd column, and then Chill Clip in the 4th column, right? And then if you could get spike grenades in column 2, that would obviously be just a little cherry on top, but you have to have auto-loading holster and Chill Clip. Now, in the past, this role was not that big of a deal because stasis special weapons are going to do 15% less damage than kinetic special weapons. And in most situations, if you're going to use something for Chill Clip, you would just use a Riptide. However, this season changes that because of Torch. Now, you can just have basically on demand a free damage buff in your back pocket, ready to go at just about any time, and you can make for a pretty nice little rotation. Now, yes, this is going to be a double special rotation, but the Lingering Dread allows it for it to be relatively quick and snappy, and you can proc your Torch really quick. Use something like a Dragon's Breath as your heavy weapon, especially for solo play. This thing is just simply a monster. You hit the boss with your Dragon's Breath, then at minimum 2 ignitions later, the Dragon's Breath will auto reload itself. Go ahead, put on something like an Eremite or a Cartesian Coordinate so you can get the most out of your triple solar surge, and something to primarily shoot at the boss while you wait for auto-loading holster to proc on your Lingering Dread, and while you wait for the 2 ignitions so Dragon's Breath can also auto-reload itself. As soon as your Dragon's Breath is auto-reloaded, go ahead and swap to your Lingering Dread, shoot it, shoot your Dragon's Breath, go to your Fusion Rifle. It's nothing too crazy, although it does require double special, but as long as you got something like Special Finisher, a Siphon mod, and or a heavy-handed or a firepower mod, you should be able to manage. Last thing worth mentioning is that if you do want to go ahead and farm yourself the Lingering Dread, go ahead and just farm the first encounter, which is going to be Galron of the Duality Dungeon. Second encounter doesn't even drop it, and Kaido drops everything, so her loot pool is really polluted, where at least with Galron, you have a 1 in 5 chance of it dropping for you. Thank you for watching the video. Remember, if you ever want to get your games and DLC at a cheaper price, make sure to hit up Instant Gaming, top link in the description. You guys be safe, take care, consider subscribing. We'll see you in the next one. Adios!